The Disney look, the Disney standards, I was used to that. And then when I went to Silver Dollar City, I realized just how different it is. Disney is famous for its dress code and appearance standards. They've modified it some recently, but when I was there, I mean, you got a whole little book that was just devoted specifically to the look, to hairstyles, to jewelry, to tattoos. Absolute no when I was there, that's changed some. To the way you dressed. It covered just about everything. And like I said, this whole little book here talks all about how you had to look. No whiskers, no beards, no mustaches unless it was already fully grown in. And just a whole little guide there about what was acceptable and what wasn't. Even, this is fun. There's actually even a picture on this page of what an acceptable mustache and facial hair is and what isn't. Oh, yes. The good old Disney standards. Disney was meticulous, and being completely honest, my hair right now would be unacceptable by Disney standards. Too long, too bushy, too many curls. I would have been sent to the barbershop at Disney to get it trimmed if I showed up for work this way. Like I said, tattoos were a huge no-no. Jewelry was limited. You had to look like this professional, clean-cut, all-American person. No hair colors. Knowing that ahead of time, I went into Disney and I was not surprised. I accepted it. That's what it is for the job. If you want to work at Disney, that's what the rules were. You just did it. It has since changed. And like I said, tattoos are now allowed. A little bit of variation in hair color. And they've loosened the standards. For Disney, they've loosened them a lot. But there were still some things that are absolutely unacceptable. Like cell phones. Don't bring your cell phone out at work. Cell phones supposedly can get you terminated unless you are doing it as part of your job. That seems to have loosened up a lot too. When I went to Silver Dollar City though, we went through their orientation, and this is actually my son's orientation book. This is everything that they give you in orientation. An overview of the company, standards, policies, what to expect. There is no separate book for appearance code. In fact, as far as actual dress code goes, it's a paragraph. It's just that. One little section versus a whole book. Silver Dollar City has very different standards. They're still high standards compared to a lot of places. Let me just read, a little bit here. Compliance with your property's specific costume uniform standards. In our case, with the train, we had to wear the train conductor outfit or appropriate robber gear. We had to stay within theme. That was one of the big things. Stay in theme. So it meant this watch would not be allowed because it is an electronic digital watch. And in the 1880s, they did not have watches like this. In fact, basically, wristwatches were no-nos. We had to carry a pocket watch on a chain. Cell phones. One of my coworkers actually got fired because he pulled a cell phone out because they didn't exist back then. If we tried to access our cell phone, we had to do it in our break room or someplace where guests absolutely could not see. So when we had weather coming in and we were trying to get radar reports, it was done in the break room, or there was a hidden spot by the train station where the guests couldn't see us. And we would actually keep our phone there so we could walk over, check the radar, see what was coming, and have an idea, and then put it back where the guests couldn't see it. And no, I'm not going to tell you where that spot is because they probably still do it. So anything electronic was a no-no. Earrings were... So this is interesting. Disney allowed ladies to wear earrings, studs, and small dangles. Men were not allowed at Disney at the time. That, again, has changed. Silver Dollar City, it was okay for guys to wear earrings. Silver Dollar City, my hair was fine. In fact, long hair was perfectly fine for guys at Silver Dollar City because it fit the theme of 1880s Ozark. So I noticed when I came into work the first time, and here goes the guy on one of the trams getting ready to go, and his hair's down here. And I'm going, yeah, that would never fly at Disney. Growing out whiskers was not only okay, it was okay to look scruffy, because they would have back then. So you see beards, not just short little trim beards. We had guys who were well known for having full-length, long beards. In fact, if you even go back through the history and you look at Shad, who helped start the park, beard, scruffy looking, that was okay because it fit the theme. It was kind of like, wow, I don't have to cut my hair all the time. Now, I don't necessarily like really long hair. I give my wife a bad time about it. But I do tend to go longer periods without cutting it sometimes. And that was okay at Silver Dollar City. If I didn't shave for the week, it was okay. Now, I never grow enough to actually grow a mustache or anything. But they were fine with me having some scruff and some whiskers. And that was kind of nice not to have to shave every single day. You had a definite different standard. But again, the purpose of the standard was for the appearance and the theming of the park. Disney standards were meant to fit within the theming, because back at turn of the century town square, you weren't going to have men with long hair or earrings or tattoos, and now that's changed. Hey, let's modernize it a little bit. All tattoos must be concealed while in costume. So again, Disney was no tattoos. If you have one, we better not see it. So you would have some people try to cover it up with concealing makeup. Silver Dollar City, because of the dress style, it tended to be long sleeves, collars, long pants, or, in the case of women, skirts with bloomers. So you were covered up anyways. And yes, it was very hot in the summer. There wasn't a whole lot of skin available to be able to see tattoos. Unless you tattooed your face or tattooed your hand, you're probably not going to have a problem with having tattoos because people aren't going to really see it. It's basically the neck up. There were a couple people like that who had those. They got stuck in the kitchens and behind the scenes where guests wouldn't see them. If you wanted to work out in front with the people, you had to fit the theme. Definitely different standards, but at the same time, they were also very picky that you still upheld the standards of theming. So like I said, I mentioned my watch, the pocket watch. My wedding ring. I could wear a wedding ring, I couldn't wear other rings because it wouldn't fit theme. That was basically the ultimate question on everything that we would do, that we would wear, is, does it fit the theme? And if it didn't fit the theme, then you had to go to management and get it approved because otherwise it was a no. So another good example, because my long duster coat did not come from costuming. It's actually mine. Had a friend when we visited Dollywood years ago bought it for me. So it's an authentic duster jacket. It's from Dollywood, but it is not the parks. So when cooler weather started to come in, I actually had to take my coat to costuming and to the management there and say, hey, this is my coat. I know you guys have given us these denim ones, which I didn't like for various reasons. Is this okay to wear? It's a duster. It should fit within theme. And costuming approved it, but I actually had to get a little thing in writing from one of them that said, this coat has been approved according to costuming standards and may be worn during work. So when you see the pictures of me wearing my duster coat in the conductor outfit, yep, that was completely approved by costuming. It was mine, but I had to get the approval. Disney, on the other hand, if you had something you wanted to wear at work and it wasn't official Disney, wasn't going to happen. If it did not come from Disney costuming, they were not going to allow you to wear it. So my duster coat, it was never going to happen at Disney. I have a Christmas hat, I think it finally wore out, that it's basically the looks like fur with the earmuffs that come down and then a little flap up in front. In the front it says Season's Greeting, but it's warm. Christmas at Disney, in fact, I think I might have actually gotten it from Disney at the time. But because it didn't come from the costuming shop, it was a no. Could not wear it during the holiday season at Disney. Was not allowed because it was not officially part of my costume. On the other hand, I got to Silver Dollar City, and during the holidays, when it gets really cold, you want a really warm hat, and it was really warm. So again, went to costuming. Hey, I know this isn't technically theme, but it's holidays. And they had a nice little conference and went, you know what? Holidays is the one time that we can bend the theme just a little bit. It'll keep you warm. It's festive. And they gave me the stamp of approval, so I got to wear that during the holidays. Sometimes. Usually it was my conductor hat with a knit cap underneath it. But specifically right around Christmas, I was allowed to wear that hat to help keep my head warm. Silver Dollar City would allow non-property costume pieces. Disney, nope, not going to happen. So it just different little standards. They both had standards for shoes. At Disney, it was black or white shoes, no logos at all. So I've adopted Skechers early on there because the Skechers shoes, the logos are very subdued, and Skechers are incredibly comfortable, and they stand up under wear and tear. At Silver Dollar City, we wore black on the train. Photographers wore white shoes at Disney. Most other people were black. Silver Dollar City, it was black shoes. And there it was encouraged to be boots because on the train we were constantly dealing with grease and other stuff. But generally throughout the park it was black shoes and again no logo. Very similar standard on the shoes. Those you had to buy yourself. They did have them available for sale through costuming. Both companies did. But the shoes they sold were expensive. And yeah, I quickly found out at Disney that the cheap shoes, Walmart specials, those didn't hold up very long. I would go through a pair of those in about a month and a half, 2 months. So yeah, you spend more on a good pair of shoes, but they last a whole lot longer, and so you tend to spend less. But shoes, same, very similar standard. Pants, shirts, stuff, that was all issued to you by the company. But yeah, Silver Dollar City was definitely different. Like being able to grow out my hair and grow out the whiskers and stuff. Which would have gotten me in big trouble at Disney. I actually carried a disposable shaver with me at Disney a lot of times. So that way, if I got to work and they went, too much scruff, I could go shave. Because I could get away with a day or two at Disney not shaving. Silver Dollar City, I'd go a couple weeks. Are there any things that I missed there on the standards? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. Is there something you want to know about that I didn't address? Let me know. Don't forget to check the description. A ton of info there. Thank you so much to my patrons and my YouTube members. Their financial support does me so many blessings. And they get all sorts of perks and get to know me a little bit better too. If you want to know more, check the description. There's a ton of info there about merchandise and address, and just go read the description. Thank you so incredibly much for watching. God bless. We don't need to hear you scratching. Down, please, puppy. Okay. I had to go to costuming with my coat and yeah. My first year there, when cooler weather started to come in, I had to go to costuming with my coat and yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts, your comments, your suggestions, your ideas. Be sure to share them in the comments below, or you can contact me. There's information in the description that has my email address, fan pages, information about merchandise, and so much more. So be sure to check that out. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and if you haven't already, hit the button right up there to subscribe. And in fact, if you did enjoy this, I've even got another video for you right here. And also about these wonderful people here, those are my YouTube members and my patrons, the ones whose financial support makes this possible. I couldn't do it without them. If you want to know more about that and the perks that come with it, well, be sure to check the description. There's a link right down there. Thank you so incredibly much. God bless.